Good evening, friends. This video is meant for all of us, and this is on India's global leadership. Friends, there is no denying the fact that the successful holding of the outcome of the G20 summit in Delhi under the leadership of the greatest statesman of India and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi shows that India has the capability to hold any world event successfully. The recent G20 summit tells us more about India's foresighted vision on global peace and prosperity. The theme One Earth, One Family, One Future. Just think of these three words. The New Delhi Declaration, One Earth, One Family, One Future, came as one of the most admirable and praiseworthy declaration under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. The G Summit, 2023 in Delhi really makes us understand the India's point of view on global issues, particularly on the countries which are badly in need of, uh, you know, economic support from the international organizations such as International Monetary Fund and World, Bank. The the most, dominating and the most powerful and the most expected declaration was in inclusion of the African state or if African countries in the G20. Now G20 has become G21 with the giant effort of Prime Minister Modi's and the successful holding of and the unanimous decision taken by all the world leaders. Even Joe Biden and the great leaders from all over the country, like the President, Prime Minister, and Prime Minister of Italy, and President of France, all of them praised and admired the effort taken by India. So now the African countries have been included in G20. So now G20 has become G21. But what is most striking of this outcome of G20 in Delhi is the grand and beautiful outcome of the G20 in Delhi. Delhi looked beautifully, colorful, and immensely, well off with the everything, just brightening the prospect of how India can really be capable of holding any world event at a grand level. And the efforts taken by all the executives responsible for making this event successful, including the bureaucrats and the people, the foreign ministry, and all over the country, the people who contributed a lot. The media also played a very important role in telecasting and making everything happen in front of the people live. This was one of the most beautiful and most, exclusive events the world can expect from any international forum. So India has shown its, leadership, the statesmanship in including the African countries in G20. And not only that, the declaration in Delhi made by the Prime Minister under his leadership of the G20 summit was adopted and was unanimously thumbed up by all the great leaders. This clearly suggests and envisages that the future, particularly of all those countries like the African countries who are really in need of the economic support from the world organizations, particularly the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, now it will be easier for them. So for them, it was just a boon. The event was a boon. Besides that, the bilateral talks between the great nations such as USA, then the UAE and other, I mean, countries, there, Italy and other countries, the agreement on the world corridor, and all other, I mean, formulations that really became striking features of the G20 summit. And I'm sure that the things will be memorable for everyone who came to India and just were given the warm welcome and really heart touching, I mean, gesture from people from all over India. And that is why G20 became a historic event for the world today. Thank you. Have a nice evening.